Well, God bless you, Bishop Shaver here on a Thursday afternoon, and just a wonderful day out there. Been mowing and just getting some stuff done. Just loving God's creation, and might be a little rain coming, and flowers are blooming. It's a sign of life. It's springing forward from fall, and we saw everything so dead and dry, and then it was dormant. Now it's beginning to bud out. Peach trees got blooms on it, and just looking at all of this right here that's just springing into life. And it reminds me how sometimes we are like that. We go through depression, we go through anger, we go through situations, and, we lose our joy, we lose our sense of commitment to the house of God. But then it comes a time we cry revival, and that's spring forward. And, it's time that we start blooming. It's time that we start, coming to that place of life that people can see Jesus in us, that they can see that even through our faults and our failures, shortcoming, inabilities, they can see that, there's a time to bloom. There's a time to put all that stuff behind us, all that dead stuff, and all them skeletons in the closet, leave them locked up. And, Jesus said, casting all your cares and your burdens upon me because I care for you. And so that's what we do. And, I believe the church, not denomination, name of a preacher, bishop, whoever. I believe the church of the living God is starting to bloom. I believe that we're in a season of growth. We're in a season of new beginning. And when we look at this right here, we got to be excited because, spring says, hey, here it comes, Here comes all of them peaches. Here comes all of them blue bonnets. They're blooming right now. I've got on my place blue bonnets that are just really blooming. And, here a couple months ago, you couldn't even see growth. I mean, it just looked dead. But then I started noticing growth. I started noticing where they were at. And I said, oh, there's blue bonnets going to be over here. And then they began to start budding. They began to start blooming. And, some were a little earlier than others. But today, I noticed that they're all bloomed together. I noticed that today that they, you go in there, they all look alike, and they're just, they just look so beautiful. And I believe that's what God is saying about the church is, you know what? We're going to all look together, look together like we're so happy, so anointed, so committed, so wanting to love the unlovable, gather in those that are struggling, those that, feel like life has given up on them, those that had bad childhood, bad marriages, ones that, there was an individual that was on TV and he was, made to be a girl, but he said it came a time that he needed parents. It came a time he needed his church. It came a time that he needed one to pray for him. But instead, they felt sorry for him, gave in to him, and then through medical procedures and all this, turned him into a what would look like a female. And he said, now I understand that's not what should have happened. It should have been that I was counseled and that I was given good advice and that I would have been told that, you know what, you're going to grow out of this. You're going to be able to, you're going to be able to go through puberty. You're going to be able to see that through all this right here, that God didn't make a mistake. And so now, before Congress and before all these, here's an individual saying, tell parents to stop. Tell them to stop giving in, to, the feelings and emotions of these young kids and start being parents. Start standing and saying, listen, you know what? It might be feelings, it might be emotions, but we're going to help you get through it. And, and then when you get older and everything, if that's what you still want, that's up to you. But we're going to help you get through this and let you see that, you know what, you are a boy or you are a girl. You are what God created you to be. And that's where the church is. Let's not give in to, well, you know what, we're just going to go ahead and agree with you, and the pronouns we're changing all that. No. You're either a man or a woman, boy or girl. I'm not going to call, I'm not going to call Steve, Cynthia, and I'm not going to call Cynthia Steve. I'm going to call you by who you are. And so that's what we're at today. And so that's part of the blooming process. That's part of the growing process, is being able to identify what it is that God has within us. I'm not going to call a bluebonnet a rose bush. I'm not going to call a rose bush a pecan tree. No, I'm not going to do that. That would be silly. That would be stupid. And so let's get back to the basics. Let's get back to Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Let's get back to what God has given unto us. Let's be the voice of truth and the voice of help, because that's what the world needs. And so let your light shine before men, that they will see the glory of your Father. Okay? All right, something to think about. And if you're in the area, we're here at 3310 Florence Road in Killeen, and we want you to come out and visit with us. Sunday mornings we have our 10:45 service, and on Thursday night we have a 7 o'clock service. So we want you to come out. We want you to indulge in the truth. We want you to be set free. We want you to be joyful, and we want you to look at life as an adventure that God has given you. All right? God bless you. We love you. Bishop Shaver saying, let's go serve our King.